Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with simpleroptions.com, and in today's free video I wanted to share some ideas with you on the topic that I've called it is a pin versus the trend. Because when you get into monthly expiration, the concept of pinning is always something that you're going to hear, and it's basically just based off of the idea that market makers, hedge funds, the powers that be will try to manipulate prices of underlyings to get them to consolidate near key strike prices, so both call buyers and put buyers find themselves losing money. Now, of course, they take the opposing side of that, selling those premium rich options, and then just try to get the markets to chop into Friday. That used to work a lot better than what I've seen lately. So some of the things that I've tried to do is take that pinning concept and then instead either adapt it with the trend or what I may find in the open interest for your options. Now, when you look at Apple, the trend that we've seen currently here off the daily chart is clearly bullish. If you take a little bit bigger stance on it though, and you would see this on the weekly chart, swing high to swing low, this will show you that we're still failing exactly at that 618 retracement, where you also find the 200-day moving average. Okay, so those are a couple of things that to me back the idea of more resistance rather than saying that we want to try and buy the pullback. When you come over and take a look at your options chain, this really helps reinforce that idea. Look at the huge amount of open interest on the 110 calls versus the amount of open interest that you have on the 110 puts. This to me is not where both sides have equal pressure for expiration, but to where you would actually have more of a vested interest in the short 100 or the short 110s expiring, not to mention that goes with what you see in the chart as well. So I will look to Apple to have a little bit more of a sideways to bearish stance on it, and then to contrast that, or to give you another example of where I think a pin is at least something I can try and argue a little bit better, I want to look at Facebook. Now, Facebook did not have the best close today, and I don't like it being back below the 50 along with its 618. To be fair, I don't even really like the market, but I am looking at 110, and all right in here is a general congestion zone. So that's kind of where we've seen price trade for quite some time. And then if we come over and take a look at the options chain, keep in mind too that you want to look at this as we progress through the week, because these values will change on a daily basis. But this is more what I would look for to suggest the potential of a pin. You have 18,000 open on the call side, 16 on the put side, and that creates a little bit more of a balance, I would say, in something like that. Not to mention the chart subscribes to it a little bit better as well. So if you'll take these ideas, apply them to your expiration trades as we get into Friday, I think they will help your probabilities of success and give you some more ideas to think about where you want to place these trades. One last thing I wanted to make you aware of is Tucker, another member of our team, will be giving a free webinar on this Thursday, April 14th, on essentially the trend trading system that he's been using. So the title of it, The Trend is Your Friend, and it's just going to be some of the tips and tricks that he has been using to work some of the current trending markets. So if you'd like to check that out, it is a free webinar. You can sign up at the end of this video, and I hope to see you there.